Hello grade 3s and welcome back to WorksheetCloud. Welcome to your grade 3 maths lesson for today, and I hope that you've had a lovely day so far and that you're ready to learn something new and exciting with me today. If there are any things that you don't understand or if you have any questions about the lesson, you can just ask mommy or daddy to help you send an email to grade3@worksheetcloud.com, and we will try and answer your questions as quickly as possible. Now, if this is the first time that you are watching WorksheetCloud, or this is the first time that you're watching me in a lesson, my name is Teacher Taryn, and we're going to do some grade 3 maths together today. We're going to learn all about the breaking down method. But before we can do that, we're going to do a bit of revision. We're going to rename some numbers. Now, rename can also be decompose, and that just means we're going to break a number up into its tens and its units, or its hundreds, its tens, and its units. Okay, so here's our first number, 37, and we need to say, what is 37 made up of? What is the tens in 37, and what is the units in 37? So 37 is actually a 30 plus a 7. So if we show it in blocks, it can look like this. We can have 3 groups of 10, and we can have 7 loose blocks or 7 units. So this is our tens, and this is our units. Okay, our next number, 52. 52 is actually a 50 plus a 2. So our tens, we can have 5 groups of 10, 50, and we can have 2 units or 2 loose blocks, 52. Okay, now we have a number with hundreds in it, 116. So 116 is actually 100 plus 10 plus 6. So we have 100, we have 1 group of 10, and we have 6 units, 6 loose blocks. So this is our hundreds, this is our tens, and this is our units. So now that we know what renaming is, we can learn all about the breaking down method. Now this is just a method for us to add or subtract bigger numbers because we always have to show our working out. So there are many different methods that you can use, but this is just one of the many. Okay, so our sum is going to look like this, 55 plus 21. Usually at the end we would have equals a block, and that makes it a number sentence. But now just for this part, we're just going to look at the two numbers. We have a 55 and we have a 21. Now if I rename those two numbers, then 55 is a 50 plus a 5, and 21 is a 20 plus a 1. Okay, so here's our sum. We're going to look at the sum now in blocks. We're going to rename it. We have 5 groups of 10, and we have 5 loose units. And then if we rename 21 in the same way, we have 2 groups of 10, and we have 1 unit. So we've got our tens, which was 50. We have our tens over here, which is 20. And now we're going to look at our units. Our units is 5 in the first number and 1 in the second number. We're going to group them together, all our tens together and all our units together. So let's do that. We're going to move all our tens, and then we're going to move all our units together. So we've grouped the 50 and we've grouped the 20, and where did that come from? The 50 of the first number and the 20 of the second number. And then we've grouped all the units together, the 5 from the first number and the 1 from the second number. All our tens together and all our units together. So we've said 50 plus 20. And over here we said 5 plus 1, our 2 units. Okay, so let's have a look and see how would we write this sum. 55 plus 21. Remember I said we say equals a block because that's what makes it a number sentence. The sum isn't a number sentence if it doesn't equal an answer. So then we're going to say our tens, T for tens, and the U for units. So we've got tens and we have units. We don't have any hundreds in these two numbers, so we're not going to worry about the hundreds for now. So in the tens line, we are going to say 50 plus 20 is equal to 70. That's quite easy. The 50 came from the first number, that's the tens of the first number. The 20 came from the second number, and then we write our answer. Now our units is going to be 5 from the first number and the 1 from the second number, and we're going to say 5 plus 1 is 6. Then we're going to add these two numbers together, and we're going to say 70 plus 6 is 76, and that is our final answer. Okay, let's have a look at another example. Now our numbers have 100 in them. 121 plus 153. Remember, if we want it to be a number sentence, we've got to say equals a block at the end. But I just want to rename these two numbers first. So we're going to have a look at what makes 121. 100, a 20, and a 1. So we have 100 block, we have 2 groups of 10, and we have 1 unit. Then 153, let's rename it. We have 100 block, we have 5 groups of 10, and we have 3 units. So now once again, we're going to put all our hundreds together, all our tens together, and all our units together. Okay, so let's put all our hundreds together. Then we're going to put all our tens together. And then we're going to put all our units together. So we've taken the 100 and the 100 and we grouped them over here. We took our 20 and our 50 and we grouped all the tens together. And then we took our 1 and our 3 and we grouped all our units together. So before we even write the sum out, we could actually find what this number is. There's 200, 20 plus 50 is 70, 1 and 3 is 4, so we've got 274. But let's do this sum as if we are going to write it on paper. So we've got 121 plus 153 equals a block, and now it is a number sentence. So on the side over here, we're going to write hundreds. We didn't use this before because we didn't have hundreds in our last numbers. We're going to write a capital H for hundreds, tens, and units. Then we're going to put all our hundreds in one line. So we can say 100 plus 100 is 200. 20 plus 50 is 70. And then in our units line, 1 plus 3 is 4. And now we're going to put all of them together again. We're going to say that 200 plus 70 plus 4 is 274. And that is our final answer. Okay, our next one we're going to do without drawing the blocks or renaming it. We're going to go straight into our sum as if we are writing it. So we've got 68 plus 35 is equal to a block. So on the side over here, we're going to write our tens and our units. Now we're going to look at what is our 10 in the first number, 60, plus our 10 in the second number is 30. So in our tens line, we are going to write 60 plus 30, and that is 90. Then in our units line, we're going to write 8 plus 5, and that is 13. Then we're going to put them together, and now we know this is going to cross the 100 mark because 90 plus 10 is 100. but this is 13. So we're going to say that 90 plus 13 is 103. Okay, let's look at our next example. See if you can see what the hundreds are, what the tens are, and what the units are before we even write the sum out. Remember, we need 100, tens, and units down the side. And here we're going to write that. Yes, well done. 100 plus 100 is 200. Our tens line is going to be 30 plus 20 is 50. And then in our units line, 4 plus 5 is 9. But we took everything apart. We've got to put it back together again. We add all our answers. So 200 plus 50 plus 9 is 259. Okay, let's look at our next sum. 121 plus 153 is equal to a block. And now it is a number sentence. We need our hundreds, our tens, and our units down the side. And now try and do it before I even say it. Well done. 100 plus 100 is 200. Try and do the tens from each number. Yes, 20 plus 50 is 70. And now we just have the units to do. 1 plus 3 is 4. And now we're going to add all these numbers together. And we're going to say that 200 plus 70 plus 4 is 274. So grade 3s, you are very clever grade 3s. And I hope that this is an easy way for you to add your numbers together. Remember, there are lots of different methods that you can use. This is just one of the many that you can try to make adding a little bit easier. So thank you for watching grade 3s. I hope you've learned something exciting today and that you are very excited to go and practice it. And I hope you have a lovely afternoon further. And until the next time we can learn something together, goodbye grade 3s. And this lesson was brought to you by WorksheetCloud.